I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, it's me, HollywoodLian. Welcome to It's Bravo, Bitch. It's my show. In their own homes today, we have Raven from Mainly Bravo.
Hi.
And we have Nixon with Monty. Hi, Monty.
Hello.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so glad to have you. Last time that we had Monty on, we were doing a charity episode. We had Barbara from Real Housewives of New York City, who sent me her book, so thank you to Barbara. And we also had Bronwyn from Orange County, who started Wives Helping Lives. So the last episode was to spread awareness, and it was like a charitable thing. I'm a philanthropist as well. Add to the list. So this time we're just back to normal. We're back to the shade, back to It's Bravo, Bitch. I want to start with my gold star today. It's kind of like Wendy's Hot Topics. How you doing? Speaking of Wendy, her and Nene are totally fighting. Did you guys hear about this?
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I used to be such an avid Wendy watcher, and for them to go from like not speaking at all, and then we all assumed it was because of Wendy's husband. They get a divorce. Her and Nene are on the mend. She's on the show. They're having conversation, having lunch. And now, of course, they're back to fighting pretty much because Nene texted Wendy that she was going to quit. And what did she think Wendy, a talk show host, the queen of messy, was going to do other than the lady literally is the Hot Topics queen? What was she supposed to do? Just
now she's
sit on that information?
Nene FaceTimed her on camera. And Wendy's like, I don't need that kind of attention. Raven, did you hear about this?
I watched all of it. I'm just like, she called Wendy while she was like doing a live, and she called her and she had her on speaker. She was like, yeah, girl, I'm recording this. And I guess she didn't make it clear that she was like on live. Maybe Wendy thought they were recording Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know. Either way, she was like, well, I'm trying to FaceTime you. And Wendy was like, I don't got the face or the time for this. So no. Yeah. Like, oh my God. I don't blame her though. Don't roll up on me with a FaceTime like that.
Not a live one.
No.
You already have to make an appointment to be on the FaceTime with me as it is.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like because we're all at home, everybody wants to do this. It's like we could FaceTime like normal friends, but people want to do it over IG Live. I'm like, why does everyone have to hear our conversation?
Exactly.
Right.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
You don't know what I look like. I don't know what I'm going to look like that day. Every day is a different Mommy.
I know that's right.
Also, I think I saw Nene's IG Live and people were asking her about Wendy. And she was like, don't ask me no questions about Wendy. Don't ask me no questions about Wendy. And I'm going to say it one more time. Don't ask me questions about Wendy. So once again, she was making me laugh. Thank God. Or else I would be really pissed. I'm like, you know what, Nene? Give us the tea, bitch.
Honestly, like tell us what's really good because they're not compatible friends to me.
Yeah.
No way.
I want to dip into Real Housewives of Atlanta before I move on to my next gold stars of the day, because I know my next gold stars, we're going to be on it for like 10 minutes. It's our favorite ever, Real Housewives of New York City. But I want to just talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta and wrap this up. Todd is upset that Kandi's never home and that she's going to be gone for 10 weeks to film The Shy. This is the same problem you've been having forever. She's always been busy and she's always going to be. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is the same old thing we've been dealing with, girl. Like,
she's making the money.
The Shy.
Exactly. Making the money and you're spending it. What do you want? I mean,
how else are we going to have a separate restaurant just for breakfast?
Exactly.
If she doesn't make money for your stupid ventures that go nowhere. Like he really wanted her to feel bad about the fact that he wanted to shame her as a mother, which I am totally like against already. Off the bat, we're off to a bad start. But to make her feel bad about working, as if we all know Housewives, as much as we love them, it cannot last forever. It will not last forever. She is trying to really secure the bag for the literally 4 kids that he doesn't want to take care of. This is the same man that went to a strip club the very same night that they brought a new baby home.
I know. I'm like, you're
trash.
secretly happy that she's going to be gone. Strip club time. But the timing is off. Like, there is a brand new baby coming. But I feel like she always makes it work. But I did want to point out that this is like perpetual problem again. We're going to talk about perpetuality here on It's Bravo Bitch today because I'm going to ask this question a lot. Like, why are these people together? Like, it's going to come up with Vanderpump Rules with Tom and Katie. Like, why are these people getting married again? So if you're watching the live chat, I appreciate you. F&M says hi. My favorite time, Hollywood MF Lian. That's what I'm talking about. Gene, welcome. Welcome, baby. If you're in the live chat, thank you so much. Make sure to give us 5 stars on iTunes. If you're listening to us, thank you so much. Turn down the volume because I'm going to be screaming today. I'm excited, girl. Let's get into my favorite franchise, Real Houses of New York City. Leah Mobb is killing it. We've only had 1 episode. Ramona had a breakdown. It was incredible. Sonya's back. Dorinda's mad. Girls, what do you think about this?
It's honestly like we picked up exactly where we left off last season.
It's so good. Leah fits right in. It's wild. I've never seen anything like it, really. It's so good. I'm so excited. I haven't
literally
been
picked up. Weren't you like excited watching it? I was giddy. I was happy. I was like, oh yay. I kept checking the DVR to make sure like there was still more time left. It got to like 15 minutes and I was like, yes, okay, 14 minutes left. So, like I was truly enjoying TV again. It literally feels like we did not miss a beat with these ladies and we just picked up right in the same place. Tearless Fits by Ramona, Sonya living her best life very inappropriately in a smaller home every single season. It seems, and with a daughter who's never there, but she's mourning the absence of. But she's never been home. So it was like, so much fun.
I talked about this on the after show for New York City for AfterBuzz TV. So make sure to check that out because I'm a little bit of a floater around here. I'm the Bravo guy at AfterBuzz TV, but I also do the after show for Atlanta and for New York City. So I feel like I have to be careful because I don't want to repeat myself, but I'm like, no, this is my show. But I did talk about this on the after show. And I want to say that the ladies did pick off right where they left off, but there was like such a comedy aspect to it. Luann and Leah, bonding over their arrests. Like, oh my God, I was arrested for a police officer. Oh my God, me too. I'm like, it just can't get any better than this.
They have the most mugshots in any city.
It's insane. It's
like a collection of mugshots, and they're proud of it. Like
they are. They're bragging.
We almost have to just laugh at it because once you get into like the reality of how this is so inappropriate, once you get into the reality of it, it's like I gotta just move right past it and just be straight up into the oh my God, like this is the only show that has 5, 6 mugshots. Apparently, there's like Sonya's floating around too. I'm just like. Just add to it. Ramona, you're next.
Oh, Ramona.
I'm surprised she doesn't have one already. I don't know.
I'm surprised too, as nuts as she gets.
I just want someone to love me, to hold me, to be with me. And I just feel like I'm never going to have that again.
I would literally have her arrested just for her complicated cocktail order. And I just said this on my podcast the other night. I was like, she acts as if it's like baking.
It's like a vodka soda.
That's all it is.
The way she wants it layered, I'm like, Ramona, it's a drink. They're all gonna go to the bottom. And
it's a vodka soda with lime and mint.
And mint. That's it. It's like a mojito. Like,
exactly.
It's not fancy.
She's like, I want
something special.
A wine glass, ice to the top, mint, muddled, lime on the side, vodka, soda, then throw the lime on top. That's a vodka soda with mint.
Exactly. That bartender is like, okay, bitch. Like, okay.
Right. Then he's going to start and give you a straw. It gets me every time when she's like, I want club soda and then vodka and then club soda again. I'm like, sweetie, it's liquid. Like, this is chemistry 101. They're all just going to go together.
And I understand what Dorinda's yelling about. There's a whole bunch of inconsistencies with Tinsley and Scott, but I just feel like she's embarrassed. That's why she doesn't want to tell us. Like, I'm embarrassed that I've ping-ponged more than the Thailand girls in the freaking red light district in Bangkok, okay? I am embarrassed. But Dorinda's over here like just like a pit bull and a little chihuahua. I'm like, if I don't care as a viewer, why should you? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorinda. I like your hair, though, by the way, Dorinda. That's
it looks good. I like it too. I think it's odd that she's going so hard at Tinsley though, because it's like nobody really cares about this Scott shit. Okay, she's taking Bruce now, Scott, whatever.
She's gonna be something too.
It also seems as if she's picking on Tinsley because she doesn't like her and can't find a real reason to not like her. Because nothing about Tinsley to me screams depth. There's not a whole lot there to get to know. So her constantly being like, we don't know you. I'm like, there's nothing beyond Tinsley that we have not already seen.
There's nothing to know. What do you want to know?
There's nothing to know. We know everything about her. We've seen it. She literally cried in a bow in a circus outfit. And then to say that like
that was amazing,
she's some kind of like gold digger. Didn't we meet her the trust fund baby? Like she's not sleeping for shoes.
No, like that's what it's like, okay.
Dale has all the money.
Yeah, I don't have to lay on my back to get stuff. And it's like, okay, she doesn't either, but
neither does she. Dale gave her the shoes.
If she is for some extra, who cares? Mind your business.
I'm like, Dorinda.
I mean, if he gives her nice gifts, it's because that's what she's already accustomed to.
Go after someone your own size, like Luann, and then we'll have some good TV again.
Instead of kissing her ass with a drag queen and playing her stupid song everywhere.
I did like that Tinsley was like, shut up, jealous bitch. But it was until Dorinda walked away.
Yeah, like baby steps. Baby steps.
Let's move on to one of my main topics of the day. This is what I was kind of advertising out there and pulling everybody in because you know what? We're at home, which means one thing. You've seen Tiger King or you've heard about it.
Yes.
Right. Pretty much.
Even Andy Cohen had Lisa Rinna on and she was like, Tiger King has saved our lives. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
All right. That's a lot.
Everyone's watched it or everybody's heard about it, whether you like it or not. It's #1 on the charts. It's everywhere right now. So of course, Andy had to get his little hands on the new husband. He had him on Radio Andy. It was a 30-minute interview. Did you guys listen to it, gals, at all?
I sure did. All 27 minutes.
I got through pretty much like over half of it. I found it very hard to keep interested. I felt like this young man, the husband, is extremely on the defense. So wasn't giving me everything that I wanted, but I was riveted all over again, just like I was with the show.
You were riveted by Andy Cohen's sexual questions? Because I was.
So many sexual questions. Oh my God.
Calm down, girl.
He can't. And it's like he would be asking a real question, and before Dylan could even answer, he's like, okay, so what about his dick? What about is he a top or a bottom? Like, Andy, oh my God. Let him answer this first question first and like also tone it down. Jesus.
How do you think the show was produced? Do you think it was produced well? People are mad about it. By the way, what's a power verse? I'm like, wait a second. Wait a second.
How did we get here?
Like, are you hard hitting? Or are you trying to be a third? Like, which is it?
Oh, Daddy of Bravo. We just love him because we just know how Andy is.
Andy's nasty.
Yeah, he's these days he is all Ben and women of Bravo, like wives, Ben and wives. So he wants a little action for himself. I'm not mad at it.
I'm like, oh my God, I just didn't expect, towards the end, I'm like, he's asking about real questions, but then he like threw in the freaking Prince Albert. He brought up the power verse again. And then he asked him, like, are you a top or bottom? And I'm like, oh, my, Andy.
Yeah, Andy, stop it. And Andy would like, at the beginning, he was like, so, you're a very handsome guy. So how did you end up with Joe, who's got a very specific look about him?
Specific look. Yeah.
I was like, okay,
like, that's a
his
nice
face
way
is
to
hit.
put it.
That's what you meant to say. That's what you were trying to say.
How did you end up with someone hideous?
Yeah. Exactly.
All we had to do was really say
it's as well.
all he had to answer was, it's Oklahoma. And that's no shade to the people of Oklahoma. It's just that Oklahoma, it's so spread out. You just get them as you see them, okay? Like there's just so much room. Slim pickings. And what you are into, you better just hop on it. The few times that I've been to
I have a
Oklahoma,
serious question. Were there tigers in the room when you guys were having sex? I'm
that's a
like,
very good
Andy!
question. That was a good question anyway, though.
It was.
Like, are they like dogs? Do you allow them on the
bed?
bed? Like, are you afraid they're gonna eat you if they're on the bed? It's like, where's the line? Is it like a normal pet? Like, we're not dealing with normal here. So we needed to know these things.
Should have counted the number of sex questions he asked, really. Like, drink every time he asks a sex question.
So ridiculous. You know, to Andy's defense, he said, well, you know me, like, and the guy was like, yeah, I guess. Like, he did say he was a fan at the end, so I'm like, he's a fan, but
like, are you still a fan?
Like, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess if you can handle Joe Exotic, you can handle some questions by Andy Cohen in the hot seat. I'm like, what is this, Plead the Fifth?
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
I want to get into family karma because there was some things to unpack here. You know, Brian to me has been quite the F-boy to me. Like, I've seen a lot of F-boy behavior. I'm not saying he is an F-boy because he seems like he's really dedicated to putting on this, show for Monica. Like, I really like you. And like, I really want to do this. And like, even though I'm just going to embarrass you in front of all my friends and bring up this private topic, he did kind of get me this episode because I really liked the fact that he brought it back to something personal, something that we can relate to, which is when we're little, we're all embarrassed, like where we come from, or we've all had issues with who we are or who we want to be or who we're embarrassed to be, sexual orientation, race, everything you could ever think of. I feel like everyone can relate on this. And he had two friends in high school that were like, dude, be yourself, be as Indian as you want to be, as you can be, like, be proud of yourself. And they went on to college together, and those two friends passed away. So it was a different side to Brian. I really liked that. I thought it was super sweet that he honored these friends publicly on national television. I feel like the families are going to be happy. It's just like a nice thing. What did you guys think about this introduction to the other side of Brian on Family Karma?
I liked it. And I like Brian, aside from the fact that I'm in love with him. He's so hot. But I believe him. I don't think he's putting anything on. I think maybe he was like not so great in the past, and maybe that's giving Monica pause for whatever reason. But he seems to be being like very real now. And surely she knows all of that since they've been friends for so long. She knows all the different layers to him and all of that. So I don't know. She needs to just give it a shot. Hello. How do you say no to that?
I don't think she ever.
Nene, what do you think?
I don't think she said no to it. I think she wanted to say yes to it, and he wasn't ready. And I think that gave her time to grieve the possibility, like to grieve the opportunity and be like, you know what? It's just not in the cards for me. He is just a friend. And she watched him, maybe go through a bunch of different girls. And she was like, I don't want to risk a friendship. And listen, even if she didn't have a crush on him before he had a crush on her, or vice versa, it is very hard to want to date, your best friend. I've done something similar where you have feelings for your really good friend, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out, and then you lose like all contact with that person, like it never existed. It's really hard to navigate those waters back and forth.
It's
so
definitely
I can understand why she'd be like, listen, yes, I wanted this at one point, but I don't know if it's worth the risk anymore. Not to mention, we're doing this show. We have all these other friends involved now. It could get messy.
It can. And I understand because I feel like everyone's been there, but I don't believe her.
Thank you. I was just going to say, I get all that. and it's a risk to date your best friend. But I just want to say, girl, quit lying. He is so hot. Get on that.
Maybe she wants to like push him. Maybe she like it's like a little bit of a revenge factor. Like I was crushing on you and you rejected me. So now that you're ready, I'm gonna take my sweet time.
Oh
yeah, she's got
the ball to the end of the season. End of the season, they're gonna kiss.
She's playing hard to get. Playing hard to get. Don't blame her, baby girl. You do what you got to do. You know.
I mean, she's hot too. So
yes, she is.
Let's not get it twisted. They're like they would be such a cute couple. Oh, I see why their parents are totally standing this situation.
Oh, absolutely. They're both gorgeous. I think they both have great families that want to come together.
Oh, they want it bad.
The odds are in their favor.
They want them together bad. The only other like family that is so hardcore about who their kids should be with is Anisha's, and I almost feel like I need more information on why she broke up with this 12-year boyfriend.
Yeah, there's
her whole family is like, no, I want you back with him and having a baby in 9 months.
No, there's a lot of things that don't make sense about it.
Yeah, something about that is not right. And she even said that if he moved to New York, she would get back with him.
Vishal, I'm like, this is stupid. Why are you fighting with? Like what? I think they.
No, I have an issue with Vishal.
They did like each other in the past. There's some underlining stuff there.
Something about Vishal seems a little gaslighty. Like he did, though he did not explicitly say, like Bally said, that he and Anisha aren't as close as him and Amrit. He let Amrit say it and didn't stop him.
I just feel like,
I would still be annoyed.
Bringing this up? You guys have known we've been friends forever. It's just like a setup fight to me. It's like a perfect, you know what I mean? Like a reality show fight. Like we've been friends forever. Why are we doing this? Is stupid.
Exactly. We're best friends for years. If you start ignoring my calls, I'm going to be like, excuse me, why are you ignoring me? What's going on? Yeah, I am going to make videos on it. And don't try to say I have a crush on you either. No.
Don't say that. I don't like the gaslighting of that. That made me annoyed.
I do feel, not on her part, but I do like he maybe did like her in the past. Just by the way he kind of spoke about her, I was like, maybe there was something there back then. And so it was really easy for one of his friends to be like, oh, well, maybe she has a crush on him. And it's like,
maybe he still has a crush on her and he has to deflect because his fiance has him by the balls and he can't get away from that anytime soon. And he's dragging his feet a little bit.
And the mom too.
Yeah, she's got everybody by the balls.
The mom is scared. I would be scared of her too.
I'm scared of that whole family, that other side.
But I also wouldn't have an engagement party if she was like, I guess. I would be like, you guess? I would.
Yeah, that's not a yes.
Like, what do you mean you guess? Maybe we should meet up for lunch. So maybe
we should have like counseling before we go down many aisles.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about Amrit before we move on to Vanderpump Rules because I got stuff to say about Vanderpump Rules.
I'm sorry. Me too. Where's my wine?
Amrit, he talked about his partner, Nicholas, and he said it was love. It wasn't love at first sight, which is not always like great to hear.
No, who says that?
Like, I would be kind of mad. And then the other thing he said is like, when we first got together, like he was my first of everything, which to me, like, that's not a good sign in a relationship. When that person that you've only been with one person, you want to get married and have kids, do me a favor, go S another D before we get married. Go sleep with somebody else. Go have a hoe phase. Like you can settle down and get married as a gay man in Miami on a now TV show.
Yeah, before you go do that whole phase while we're already legally married, why don't you go do that beforehand? That seems a little worthy.
I think he's doing it too because the choice of words, he was like, when we first got together, like he was the only guy I'd ever been with. So I feel like they've had some moments of openness because maybe he's realized there's nothing but trash out there. That's why I do want to settle down and get married. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like he's a good one. Let me save him.
Yeah, exactly.
Then come back.
I did feel like if that's not the case, like it's not going to work because when you expose your relationship to the show as well, like Amrit is a good looking guy with abs. He's going to get DMs from Instagram
and a job.
He said on the show, I love meeting new people. Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah,
Mom?
I didn't like that.
I said, and he has a job, okay? A good one. And was out in Chicago, and we're led to believe that while he was out in Chicago with lawyer money, he was just being, okay,
Probably.
No, he's had his fun.
I think so too. He loves to meet new people.
If
I
that's
really
the case, I feel
did
like he
not
should
like
just
that.
let his boyfriend go. I don't like the selfishness of saving them. Something about this entire cast, all their parents want them to be married like yesterday, and all of them are dragging their feet on commitment.
That's
They would
Indian
literally
culture.
rather skin themselves than go get
They
married.
would. Yeah,
That's
they
part
would.
of the Indian culture, and that's what's great about it. I feel like that's what's going to make the show great, is that the juxtaposition of what two people are fighting. You know what I mean? Like the family is pushing the traditional marriage value, and the kids are like, "No, we live in America, and I'm gay." And
Yeah.
like, what? And the other girl's like, "I had a fashion line. I don't want to get married."
Yeah,
And
Anisha's grandfather is like, I want babies tomorrow. But
he
you
is
have until
literally
the end of this year to give me a grandchild.
he's literally a cartoon character.
He's
so
hilarious,
cute.
though.
But you know what? He reminds me of my grandma. The way he was like, "Oh well, I guess I'll see your wedding and your kids from heaven," or what did he say? My grandma said that to me the other day. She was like, "I don't know what the holdup is," and I was like, "Excuse me, like, excuse me,
Mind your uterus, okay?
please."
Oh my god.
I guess I have to stick around longer. Like, yeah, if that's what's gonna keep you, let's hang out.
Ahead of the people in the chat. There's a good amount of you guys watching, so make sure to please say hi. I love when you guys interact with me. To FM, I'm drinking a passion fruit truly. It's my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carla C, hi. You guys, I want to get into Vanderpump Rules. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, I just want to say Vanderpump Rules is over to me. Like, I'm just so done with it.
I've been done for weeks. I
It's
hear all of the
exhausting.
things, though.
It's not good.
But they give us little things every once in a while that I'm like, damn.
Little things, but they make my blood pressure go up so high. I have to watch it in like 2 parts. I'm not kidding. I'm like,
Can
oh,
I tell you, let's start with this. I don't want to give her this much credit, and I really, really hope this is not why. But the Cheesecake Factory was trending on Twitter last night. And I don't want to I don't want to give Charlie the credit, but she did say in the beginning of the episode, "Oh, the cheesecake here at Sir, yeah, I'm really picky about my cheesecake, so I only go to the Cheesecake Factory," which made me freaking die laughing.
like who you go? So you're very picky about it. So you go to Cheesecake Factory?
Of all
I'm
the
sure Lisa
okay,
Vanderpump
Honey?
would be happy to hear about this.
Oh my god, I bet she's pissed.
How
Girl.
dumb can you be?
Oh,
But
the limit does
was
not
trending on
exist.
Twitter last night. I'm like, I really hope this is not because of Charlie.
It's gotta be a coincidence.
No, I'm literally looking it up right now. I need to see. I can't even give her the satisfaction
I
of
know.
thinking, okay, so it looks as if there was a meme that went around, like you can only keep 3, and it was like the biggest chains.
Yes.
It was Red Lobster, Olive Garden, Cracker Barrel, Chili's, Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, Buffalo Wild Wings, PF Chang's, TGI Fridays. And Cheesecake Factory seems to just win all the rounds. Or everyone's like, their menu is so freaking big.
Money coming in.
It's a novel.
I could not give it to Charlie the liar. I find her to be pathological, and it wasn't just the pasta, though I still don't believe it. But when she revealed to us that she was a Latina in California that hadn't had avocado until a month before filming, do not believe you. I don't believe that you have been raised in a Latina household without a single ounce of avocado. I lived in Texas. I have so many friends who were Latino and Latina, and I'm like, are you kidding? Guacamole is like, it's like the best thing you can ever eat, and that's a
liar. She's a liar.
That and pasta. What did you eat, girl? Air.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Monty, thank you for coming in with the producer role over here, looking it up, the credentials on Twitter. That's how you do it.
You're welcome. Journalism at its finest.
I expect you to land a job in a year as a producer, because that was some producing tendencies right there. Fact checking. I want to talk about Danica overcharging someone by $200. I would be pissed. Like, what are these people doing in this restaurant? Hire people with some freaking skills
You know what
Yeah,
they're
you mean
doing.
Danica that's already been suspended as your manager? Like, if you could suspend your manager, you may as well just fire them.
Exactly. You know what they're doing? They're drinking and fighting by that in the alley.
And
We used
ignoring
to
their
watch it all the
faces.
time.
That. And she's a manager and oh Jesus. Lord
Can you
help.
imagine being
Peter would
able and
never.
just ignored? And they're fighting in the back. Your drinks are like in between Dana and Sheena as they're like talking. Like, give me my pineapple mojito. I don't care about you and Brett and what's happening. Give me my damn drink.
No, that's when you walk up there to be like, I'm sorry, excuse me, I think that's mine. I'm just gonna grab it. Thank you. What
Exactly.
are y'all talking about, by the way?
And the only person, like, there's no diversity at Vanderpump Rules. They've shown one guy, and that his name is Richardson, and he's always gotten such a bad end of the stick. First of all,
Somebody's always coming at him.
yeah, first of all, James Kennedy, like, didn't he slap him and call him all sorts of names?
He did
Mhm.
something. Yeah, yeah.
And now he's getting the bad end of the stick by Danica, or was it Dana? Which one was it?
No, it was Danica.
Oh my God.
Sassing him.
All this fluff for me to just get to the final question. Why are Tom and Katie getting married again? I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to state the obvious. Like, you guys are not happy.
We don't even like each other. Why would
You don't
we
even
get
like
legally
each
married?
other. You're
They
not even
don't.
married.
Just break up. It would be so easy right now.
Not to mention, I
Cheers.
mean, we've all said and we've all thought that Schwartz truly did this on purpose in a lot of ways. We know he did this seemingly on purpose, lost the marriage license and just kind of like let it be a oops, I'm a goof. Like, because we already expect that from him. All the more reason why Katie should be like, you know what, let's just hold off on signing the real thing. And if any man, and I don't even like Katie, and I'm not team Katie in this, but if any man or any person said the things to me that he said to her on national TV, in private, in public, and as my supposed spouse, you better believe I'm not spending a dime to go to Vegas and marry your butt for real.
I had to stop speaking to him years ago. It wouldn't even gotten that far. When
Yeah.
the beer was poured on her head, bye-bye.
Raven, I want to
Yeah.
ask you, do you think Tom and Katie have sex?
No, they don't have sex. No.
Exactly. I don't think they
No.
do.
And I feel like I'm so sorry, but when he was like, that's why I don't have sex with you and blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's because she doesn't want to have sex that you guys are not having sex. Okay. You're still a man at the end of the day.
Also,
Don't
his
give me
dick
that.
doesn't work. Don't
You're
forget.
full of it. Okay.
I did like that the next day he was like, shame hangovers are literally the worst. And I'm like, oh, we've all been there.
They are.
A
They
shame
are.
hangover is no joke. Like, oh God, who hates me this morning?
Oh yeah, when you realize you've
I'm
really
like,
said some things.
he always wakes up with them when I feel like, whether he's being like a
I'm
terrible
sorry,
asshole,
Bubba.
just stupid. Like, you can get out of my face with that baby voiced apology too.
Like, do you ever get
Yeah.
tired of saying I'm sorry? Like, I've had to ask people that question. Like, do you ever just get tired of saying I'm sorry and having to apologize? Maybe think before you speak, or let me off this ride.
Or stop drinking so much, first of all.
Yeah,
Like,
because we're talking
you
about
need to stop
Tequila
drinking.
Katie. Maybe it's Tequila Tom.
It is.
Katie needs to just get a hobby. Like, girl, do something.
Both of them
They
do.
both need real jobs. I'm sorry. Because again, it's the reason why I was Team Sandoval and the whole, them versus Stassi, and is the book club fully staffed? And when Tom Schwartz was like, we could have gotten behind the bar and served drinks ourselves. I'm like, we all know that was not going to be you. Sandoval's upset because probably all the work that they do for their sweat equity falls on him. Schwartz couldn't even do a bartending shift at Sir years ago, walked off and never looked back. And we're supposed to
What's happening?
believe that
Hey,
he and
Manny?
Katie do things all day.
And your mic, be careful with your mic, because every time your mic touches something, we get static on it. So you have to be careful.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna hold it.
I want to
Nice
talk
and
about
steady.
Brett and Dana hanging out. Like, I get it, he's hot, but the thing about like these
Not that
guys,
hot.
they just look recycled legal guys. They all look the same to me. You know what I mean? The only thing I like about Danica is the fact that she's given us like some realness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm part of the Dead Mom Club and like the parent thing. She gave us something that we can really relate to. I like Dana. I think she's good. I think that maybe we need, like, I've said this before on my other shows before, and I've said this here. I'm tired of this division. I feel like we need two different shows. I could do a show with the newbies and do a show where we phase out the oldies, because I'm really pissed off with what's happening in the internal group. Like, how are you guys gonna ice out Kristen? Like, really? You bitches have no room to talk, literally.
She also slept with someone's boyfriend and cheated, but this somehow is where we draw the line.
Exactly.
I don't understand that whatsoever.
That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, yes, of course we understand why you're annoyed. We've all had a friend that has been in a relationship, she's back and forth, and we have to hear about it all the time. Okay. But if that's your friend and you love them, you don't just cut them off. You either just tune them out, that's what you do, and let them go and whatever. But the way that they're bullying her is ridiculous. Not inviting her to the stupid second wedding that shouldn't happen, not inviting her to the wine night, the way that they're embarrassing her all the time. Like, it's stupid. And then to act like their relationships, first of all, Katie, look at your marriage right now, today. Okay. It is not good. Stassi, you're begging this man to marry you. I don't know why.
Maggie.
He's a fucking leech. Like, what is it? But go on. Tell me how your relationships are so perfect.
Right, y'all all are doing so much better. It makes zero sense, all because what? Kristen's afraid of being single. You knew this about her since the beginning. We have watched her stay in relationships that were not good for her for years. We came into it with her and Sandoval, and then she did it again with her and James. But somehow this is where we draw the line. I think there is something beyond this that they can't talk about on the show, or that they're alleging, because otherwise it makes no sense, and they're acting so high and mighty for no reason. There has to
be something, because even if I was just deeply annoyed with my friend, I would just kind of not, fuck with you. But for the big things, I would obviously invite you, but I wouldn't be like going to lunch with you every 5 seconds. But if you were sitting in front of me and you were crying because you felt bullied and you felt like we were icing you out, I would get up and hug you and be like, you know what, bitch? Like, I love you, but I don't have to fucking like you all the time.
Yeah, and you're annoying the shit out of me.
But didn't Stassi do that like a few weeks ago, the episode?
No, but not in a good way. Not in a good way.
But she sat down with Kristen and was like, listen, I'm always going to love you. This is just a lot for me. And I'm still going to be your friend. So for her to go from that to straight up being like, we're not friends anymore, I'm like, what changed?
No, we're not
flips that switch?
Yeah, that's why
it's just so ridiculous.
That's why that conversation felt inconsistent to me, because Stassi has said shit like, yeah, we're not sisters, we're not best friends. I don't believe in this love, like this brand we're selling. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe you should take a step back. Like, I don't want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? I feel like all of them have some real underlying issues. I do agree with you, Monty. I feel like there is something they're not talking about. And if that's the case, I don't really care, because you're on a reality show. Like, this is what people on Shahs of Sunset.
Let it hang out.
Transparency. Like, if you hold something back on Shahs of Sunset, they will rip the freaking mountains apart. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And they have. And they basically walked Asa off their show. They walked her off. They were like, you're not going to talk about it, girl. You're bye. You are bye.
Well, before we get into Shahs, we might as well talk about it. I think we have a couple, we have 9 minutes, but I just do want to talk about Lala real quick, how ridiculous she is, and how she said that she tastes her own vagina. So I want to ask, since you guys are here, as women, have you ever tasted yourself?
Yeah, that's not a thing. Lala is vulgar and weird and disgusting and does not speak for any woman, and she is not a feminist. There, I said it. Now we said it, okay?
I don't have nothing nice or good to say about her, okay?
No, Lauren is not an authentic, honest individual.
No, she's not. This is all for show. And I've had enough.
And she is not a Michael Vick fighting dog, and that's not something you should say.
Okay, because
that's not good.
Even if you think you are, and you're constantly coming after a chihuahua, what the fuck does that make you, bitch?
Exactly.
A bully.
Why don't you go up against another Michael Vick fighting dog?
We tried to clear that up on Watch What Happens Live, but she could not hold any accountability. She was like, well, maybe I was too much.
And she did it on Instagram, right? She also apologized before the show even aired. And I'm so sick of them doing that. It's almost like they read the crowd and read the room. And when they realize that we aren't on their side, they try to get ahead of it and apologize and be like, sorry, look, we're friends now. See this picture? And I'm like,
but she didn't really. She wasn't. She was like, she didn't really say she was sorry. She posted some
Yeah,
weird
she didn't
picture
really
and she
say
was like,
sorry.
well, I don't care what people say about me on the internet, but I love everyone, even if they don't love me. And
It
it's
always
like,
it always goes back and forth. It
okay,
never really is totally authentic. And they always try to pick and choose and control how they want to be perceived. And it's like, no, 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 no. You know what? You and Randall were huge last year, not for being yourselves, actually for being ridiculous. And we're gonna bring up Fofty. And that's why I was
yeah.
glad that Andy Cohen brought up Fofty. Like he
Did
said the word
he?
Fofty in front of them.
Did he? I
Yeah,
as
didn't
he
watch
they
it.
didn't
should.
say anything, but Lala did look at Randall like, oh God, there was like the one Fofty reference. Like we got it out of the way.
I hate the way their little nucleus works is that they think that whatever they produce and that they do, we're all going to be happy with, and the world doesn't operate outside of them. Like you're not the producers, you're not the editors, you are not making this show. Coffee was a big deal. We should have the license to talk about it. It is what
Thank
literally
you.
made this y'all's coupleship a household name. Because the people who watch Power, let me tell you something, honey. The Black community never even
I
heard
know
of Randall,
nothing
and we
about
watch Power every week.
every single week.
My mama
Every
lives
week.
and dies for Power. Watched to the very end, and we'll be watching the next one. Has she heard of a Lauren, a Lala? No, she hasn't. She knows Lala, who's
Exactly.
on the show.
They
So
were
be
huge
quiet.
because of that. 50 Cent has like what, 15 million Instagram followers?
He is literally a Grammy multi. And he talk about someone with actual accolades, like a real IMDb page. Randall. He's not
But
on
he's
there. Like, his Wikipedia does not extend to the worst selling movie ever made with Gotti or whatever. Like he has like actual accolades.
Yeah,
exactly. And aside from that, you think well, maybe not everyone. This man is the biggest internet troll that exists. Okay. And the fact that you thought, oh, who's that? Are completely sidetracked?
this is my dog Fiona, and she hates
Hollywood.
anything to do with the camera. Look
Oh,
at
so
you.
you're just gonna put her right in the camera. That's good.
So
So
yeah, I
cute.
want to just say hi to the live chat, everyone, because we're coming to an end. T. Lynn says, also a member of the Dead Mom Club, who has your same birthday club. I like Dana. Jean says, if you were true friends, the situation would not break it. I'm so disappointed in Stassi and Katie. Everyone says Lala's retarded. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a bad word. Dumb. Gil Mari says Lala
Yes,
has
she's
been
that.
disappointing. Carla C says the Pitbull comment was too much. You know, the thing
Everything
about
she said is stupid.
what's happening right now, it's making Raquel feel a certain way. And she's like, you know what? I am done letting you bully me. Like, I'm going to come after you. And when Lala was like, I just want to bash my head into this counter, please do. That
I
was
cheered
of the
Yes.
episode.
so good.
Raquel gave us the best line of the whole year from Bravo. If we cannot agree that Lala is a bully, we can all at least agree she's a bitch. And I'm like, even Lala would agree to that. I would agree she's both, but I love her standing up for herself. I'm so happy people are finally on the Raquel train because I have said it since the beginning. Raquel, I stand. Something was there. The way this girl last reunion literally let everyone talk around her like chaos, and she kept her composure and said her
Yeah.
piece and did not lose her mind. I was like, this girl is the one.
Shahs, really quickly before we end. I know we're all Team Reza. I mean, not Team
I'm
Reza.
You mean
team that.
that?
I was about to say, I don't know about that
That's a
one.
joke.
I meant to say we're all Team MJ, but Reza, I'm so sorry. God, that was sorry. My dog distracted me. She's trying to leave the room, and the door's locked. So you're trapped in here. No, I said we're all Team MJ, obviously, but isn't it funny how Reza is now advocating for Gigi? Like, she had to go through all this stuff alone. I'm like, that's what your best friend just went through. She almost died on the hospital bed. What are you talking about?
Also, you're
I
making
asked
the
that
moment
question to Andy to ask whenever they were on, whenever I didn't watch
good.
it. But I asked, like, excuse me, how do you have all this compassion for Gigi? And you're like, oh, it's so terrible what she's gone through. And it was just by herself and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, did you forget your best friend of 30 years just went through something horrible like that
Also,
too.
I don't even buy that you
Weird.
have that level of compassion for Gigi, because Gigi literally has a moment where she's bringing all her friends together and it's like, literally, guys, life is too short. Okay. Like, I can't even create life anymore. And we need to stop with the bullshit, because this is a lot. Like, I want all of you guys to love each other, because this is a big deal for me, and it hurts that this is like happening. And Rez is like, yeah, you're right. So Mike, why are you not on my side? Like, how would you take her? She is talking about miscarriages and fallopian tubes and things, and you're
Mike,
still making it about you and
Mike is making
hijacking
sense.
this moment.
That's
Oh,
when
yeah.
you know it's bad. That's when you know it's bad.
It is.
When Mike is like, they're both wrong. They both need to take accountability. They both. I'm like, Mike, you sound like the grandfather right now. And you sound like the Persian wise man. I'm here for it.
Mhm. Your mic is so
Honestly.
good, by the way.
That was such a good mic.
You guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys, if you are new to the live chat, thank you so much for joining us today. We love when you guys are here interacting with us. You know, AfterBuzz is one of basically the only network where we can do this, where you can talk live while the show is happening. Make sure to follow It's Bravo Bitch on all the platforms. It's getting big on Instagram. Please follow the podcast there. Subscribe to the channel, to the AfterBuzz reality channel. Follow It's Bravo Bitch on iTunes, Spotify, Podcast One. Girls, thank you so much for joining us. Raven, where can we find you and what do you want to promote?
Thank you for having me. Everyone can follow me at Maylee Bravo on Instagram and Twitter. And you can listen to my podcast. It's called Bitch is Better.
Oh, and that is from New Jersey, right? Is bitch better?
Yes, for Miss Teresa herself.
It's the best
Such
title.
such a good line. I love that. Great title. Raven's fabulous. Follow her Instagram account. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Moni, where can we find you? What do you want to promote?
Yeah, you can find me and my podcast under the same title, Mixing with Moni, MIXINGWITHMANI, on Instagram and Twitter, and anywhere you podcast. Right after you listen to Ravens, listen to mine.
She be mixing it up too. She be mixing it up.
She really should be mixing it up.
You can find many episodes with Raven as well on there, and soon you as well.
As you know, we're keeping it safe here. We want you guys to stay safe, stay healthy out there, and make sure to follow me on all the things. I'm HollywoodLian. It's my favorite day of the week, and this has been It's Bravo Betch. Bye, AfterBuzzers.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.